Good morning, everyone. Just want to share some thoughts with you this morning as we think of our nation right now, America. I know there's probably some Canadians maybe watch this, but I'm talking to Americans specifically right now. But really, you could apply this to any nation you live in. Right now, if we watch social media and the news, we get the feeling that Americans are really at odds with each other, pitted against one another, angry with one another, suspicious of each other. And while there may be some truth in that, when you actually have face-to-face or phone-to-phone or conversations with one another, you realize that there's not as much of that as what is seen on social media and in other places. And I think whatever party or whatever background we come from at this point, we all want to see America blessed and succeed in defeating this. As Christians, we are praying for that. I am kind of a patriotic American, and I know that America has its problems. America has a lot of sinfulness. We've gone a long ways from our roots of believing in God and in His Bible, His Word, as the basis for our civilization, that led and directed us in the past out of a lot of bad situations. But that said, there are also still a lot of people that do believe and trust in Jesus and are asking for Him to help us. One of our national anthems is America the Beautiful. And within that it says, America, God shed His grace on thee. And grace, if you remember, is God's riches at Christ's expense. It's when God blesses us when we don't deserve it. America has never deserved God's grace. No nation deserves God's grace, because every nation is full of sin, full of selfishness, full of greed and violence. The things that we talk about that we should pray for in America, they exist in every nation. America has a lot of goodness, and really there's a lot of goodness and good people in every nation as well. There's a lot of believers in every nation. So that said, we don't ask God to help us through this right now because we deserve it. We do so because we ask by His grace and His mercy that He helps us right now. But I think it's also a time for us to stop the self-loathing and self-hating. Yes, I know America has problems. But we also love our country. I hope you do. If you don't, other nations would probably be welcoming you to live there. I do love our nation. And as we think about this, it's always, well, we're doing such a horrible job compared to these other nations. It's just not true. There's so many factors to look at. It's just not true. That's part of that self-loathing that we think we're somehow, we're smart and good if we hate our own nation. That's unique. That is, I think, a little bit of a unique thing for Americans. How can we hate America more? The nation we live in. So this morning, or whenever I post this video, whether it be this afternoon or this morning, I was this morning, as I'm taping this, thinking of one of my favorite renditions of America the Beautiful by Ray Charles. Certainly a man who grew up in America where he knew it wasn't perfect. It was far from perfect. He knew it personally. Blind, African-American man, growing up in the, 50s, 40s, 30s. But he loved this nation. So we're just going to listen to a little bit of Ray Charles. I don't know where to put the camera, so we can just listen.
liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. And you know, when I was in school, we used to sing it something like this. Listen here. Oh, beautified by spacious skies, by amber waves of grain, by purple mountain majesties, over the fruited plain. Well, now wait a minute. I'm talking about America, sweet America. You know, God done shed his grace on thee. He gave me crown not good. Yes, he did. Heavy brotherhood from sea to shining sea. You know, I wish I had somebody to help me sing this. America, I love you, America. You see, my God, he done shed his grace on thee. You ought to love him for it, 'cause he crowned that good. He told me he would. Every brotherhood from sea to shining sea. I thank you, Lord.
A little visit from my son Brendan there too. But anyway, that said, there's Patsy. She's on the video too. Just be praying for our country. Pray for America. We want to see God's grace shed on us right now. Despite of all our failings and our faults, may God shed his grace on us.